Okay, looks like it's working. I got to keep this under 15 minutes. That's my limitations with the document camera here. So I'm on page 25 here. It says which operations, part one. Okay, shh. So I'm looking at this first figure here. And it says Diego and Jada, I guess, want to scale this polygon so the side corresponds, so that the side that corresponds to 15 units, which is this one, all right, in the original is 5 units on the scaled copy. So when somebody, if you were to redo this side would then be 15, or I'm sorry, 5 units. So what does that tell you? What's the relationship between going from, I'll put it up here, going from 15 to 5? What's happened to the 15? Yes.
It got rid of the 10.
Well, you got rid of the 10. What's another way to look at it? It's being divided by 3. Okay. So if you divide this side by 3, you're dividing all the sides by 3. So what would this side, so this is going to correspond, this is going to be 5. What would this side here be? And let me start pulling sticks so people, put up 10 points. Yeah, you put up 10 points.
Wait, me?
Oh, that's right. You did it. You did. I'm sorry. Miss Sanders, what would 21 be? Yeah, it'd be 7. Okay, so I think you guys have the right idea here. All right, put up 10 points, honey. All right, so then move down a little bit further here. And they say Diego and Jada each use different operations. So they didn't do it the same way. So one of them, they don't say, oh, this is Diego's drawing, Jada's drawing. It says, let's see here. They use different operations to find the new sides. Here are their finished drawings. Okay, so there's still no question. Turn to page. And that's out of focus, so let me focus it. So answer the questions here. What operation do you think Diego used to calculate the length for his drawing? Well, you'd have to go back to his drawing. All right. And see what you think. Then what operation do you think Jada used to calculate? So we'd have to go back to her drawing. And then did each method produce a scaled copy of the polygon? All right. Number, let's see here, bottom of page 26, bottom half, it says which operations. It says Andre wants to make a scaled copy of Jada's drawing so that the side that corresponds to 4, that's this side right here. Let me move this up. That's this side right here. Corresponds to 4 units, and Jada's polygon is 8 units in his scaled copy. So again, they've got some questions pertaining to that. You guys can answer those questions. Scratch out the top of this page here. That's the top of page 27. Not worried about that. But they do have the lesson summary. And some of you have gotten confused. You've asked me before, well, what's the question? This is not a question. They're giving you an example of a scaled copy. So just let me pull a stick here. Miss Carol, for 20 points, going from this to this, what do you think they used for a scale? Don't know, really? Okay. So we went from 2 to what?
2 to 8.
So let me pull another stick here. Miss Soldati, what do you think? 4. And again, you guys, this is important. This is the lesson summary. They actually gave us the answer. They're not asking a question. So this is a good example. Now here's the problems you guys have to do. It says here's 3 polygons. It says draw a scaled copy of polygon A using a factor of 2. So let's bottom of the page, very bottom, scribble that out. Bottom of page 28, scribble that out. All right. So I'm going to call this side 10. I'm going to call this one 7 and this one 12. Copy these down. This is going to be 8, 7, 7, and 8. C will be, let's call this 5, 5, 4, 4. So each one, this one's going to be a scale copy of 2, and you'll redraw it. Okay. And so let me ask you a question here. If I redrew A with a scale factor of 2, would that make it bigger?
Yeah.
It would. But you don't actually have to make A twice as big and fit that big thing down here. Just redraw it and use the side units, and that's what you would double. Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So can we make it the same size?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You can make it the same size. It's just the side calculations that I'm concerned with.
Okay.
Top of page 29, it says, here's a polygon on a grid. It says, draw a scaled copy of this polygon that has a perimeter of 30 units. Well, pull a stick here. Mr. Miller, how do I find the perimeter of a figure? So here's a figure. I'm just going to draw one. And this is 10, and this is 3, and this is 3, and this is 10. What's the perimeter of that figure? If you guys don't know the answer to this, pay attention. Mr. Gunn.
Add 10 to 3 and then add 15.
Yeah, you have the right idea. When you figure out the perimeter, you're just adding up the sides. 10 plus 3, 10 plus 3. The perimeter is just adding up the sides. So it says, draw a scaled copy of this that has a perimeter of 30 units. What is the scale factor? Explain how you know. So you're going to have to maybe do some trial and error. You're going to have to count. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Last one, last page here. Page 30. How am I doing on time? Got it under 10 minutes so far. Pyra and I don't know who that is. We're going to call her Lucy. Can't even pronounce her name.
Priya?
Lucy. Priya. Yeah, well, it's Lucy now. Okay, Lucy and Frank. I'm going to scratch out Tyler, call him Frank.
Wow. I guess I'm not Frank. Hi, Frank.
All right, Lucy and Frank are discussing the figures below. I don't know where they come up with these names. I guess they're trying to be inclusive or something. All right, they're discussing the figures shown below. Lucy thinks that B, C, and D are scaled copies of A. Frank, I'll just put Frank, says that B and D are scaled copies of A. Do you agree with Lucy? Or do you agree with Frank? All right, explain your reasoning. Explain your reasoning. So in other words, maybe you should figure out what each of these, if they are scaled copies of A, and what the scale is. All right, questions, you guys? Probably a ton after I stop the video. Okay. I'm going to stop this right here.